Happy Purim, Freilich and Purim. There's a story of a husband and wife that were sitting on their front porch watching the sunset, sipping on some wine. And after a while, the wife says, "I love you so much. I can't imagine my life without you." And the husband looks at her and says, "Honey, is that you speaking or is that the wine speaking?" And the wife turns to the husband and says, "It's me speaking, honey, to the wine." Our relationship to wine is inseparable from Kiddush on Shabbat and Yontiv to, of course, today. The mitzvah of Chav Inshi Besume B'Poria, that we have an obligation to get spiced, to drink wine. Adelo Yada, till we can't tell the difference between the curse of Haman and the blessing of Mordechai. What is our relationship with wine? Why is it called Besume, a spice? We know that the Gemara, the Talmud says that Mordechai and Esther and other righteous people are compared to spices. In fact, the Gemara even translates Esther's name as Hadassah. Hadassah, we know, is one of the 4 species, the arbominum that we raise on Sukkot. And it's that Hadassah that oftentimes we will make Havdalah with, and we will smell it, and we will make a blessing on it, because a blessing on spice feels good for the neshama. Just like food feels good for the body, a spice feels good for the neshama. It has a direct path to the neshama. Mordechai also, in this week's Parsha, Parshas Kitzitzei, his name is referenced in the Parsha, referring to one of the incense, one of the most important, one of the most chashuv incense that we have is Mar Drura, and the Gemara says that is a reference to Mordechai. So we have Esther, Hadassah, Mordechai, other tzaddikim compared to spice, and we know that Hashem is very appeased from the aroma, the tefillas of the tzaddikim. And in Parshas Noach, there's a beautiful reference to how the smell of aroma appeases Hashem after the teva, after the mabul. Noach sacrifices animals, and there's this beautiful, sweet, savory smell that goes up to the heavens. And Hashem is appeased, and he promises Noach, "I will never, ever destroy the world again." So what is this connection? Chayv inshe besume b'poria, a spice, drinking wine. What is the connection here? Perhaps we could suggest that as Haman, as they were trying to destroy the Jewish people, Amalek through the generations, they're always trying to create a blockage to the neshama, to the Jewish nefesh, which in its deepest ways knows that its connection to Hashem is inseparable. And perhaps Haman and Amalek, that is their goal. But through the sweet smell of spices, through the tzaddikim, if we listen to our tzaddikim, it's an express train, it's a straight path, a non-stop flight to the neshama. There are no blockages. And that is perhaps what brought the Yeshua that kept Esther and Mordechai knowing that the right thing to do was to listen to the neshama and to act al pi Hashem. And so in this Purim, as we look forward to carrying the spice of Purim through the upcoming weeks leading into Pesach, that we should also keep in mind that the spices of Purim should carry us forward, and that we should have a connection to our neshama, because a connection to our neshama is a piece of Hashem, B'Tselem Elokim, and that's the Jewish treasure, to have a neshama experience in this world, not only today. The Yehudim Haiser Or V'Simcha Yikar, that if we want to stay happy and see the Or of Hashem, we have to have a neshamatic experience, a Freilich and Purim.